Guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to have a look at GCSE English Language and we're going to look at Paper 2 Question 5. So, Paper 2 Question 5 is worth 40 marks and I'd recommend spending about 45 minutes on this question. Your goal is to write to argue, persuade or explain your viewpoint clearly. You have to plan this answer quickly where you decide your stance and look at 2 to 3 main points you're going to write about. You have to use 4 to 5 paragraphs for your answer here. So this includes an intro, 2 points, a counter-argument and a conclusion. You have to include some persuasive techniques in your answer. Some examples of this are emotive language, rhetorical questions and the rule of 3. You have to make sure you're keeping a suitable tone and structure for the audience and that your form is correct, whether it's an article, letter or speech. And you have to make sure your spelling, punctuation and grammar is perfect for the final 16 marks. Let's have a go at practicing question 5. This is an example of question 5, so pause the video now and have a go at annotating it and picking out what's important about this question. Right, let's have a look together. So the first part is a statement and we need to make sure our answer is focused on this statement completely. The next part is says write an article. This shows that we have to make sure we're using the correct layout in our answer. And where it says you argue your point of view, this shows we can either agree, disagree or both in our answer. And you have to look at 24 marks for content and organisation, which looks at your writing and structure, and technical accuracy, which focuses on your spag and vocabulary. Let's have a go at planning question 5 then. So for our title for the practice question, we're going to make sure we make it catchy and we clearly frame the debate. And an example of this is heart versus head, the true measure of career success. So as we can see, the question asks us to write an article for a school or college magazine in which we argue our point of view on the statement, and the statement says choosing a future career should be based on helping others and making a positive contribution to society, not achieving status or making lots of money. So our title, which says heart versus head, the true measure of career success, works perfectly with this. So I'm just going to put the title at the top of our paragraphs there. Next is our introduction, where we're going to hook the reader and state our balanced thesis. And the key point here is that we're going to acknowledge the pressure of choice and we are going to argue that true success combines meaning, which is contribution, and stability, which refers to money here. This is the introduction I've drafted here then. So it says, choosing a future career can feel like standing at a crossroads with everyone shouting different directions. Some voices insist that the right path is the one lined with high salaries and shiny job titles, while others claim that a career only has value if it serves a greater good. The truth sits somewhere quieter and far more realistic. A fulfilling career balances purpose with practicality. Yes, helping others and contributing to society should guide our choices, but financial stability matters too. Real success grows where meaning and security meet. If we have a go at analysing this paragraph, we can see standing at crossroads is an example of a metaphor. Some voices insist that the right path is the one lined with high salaries and shiny job titles is an example of figurative language. Others' claim shows that we're slowly introducing the opposing view. And the next paragraph will look at arguing for the importance of contribution or purpose. So our point in this paragraph is that intrinsic fulfillment is gained from helping others, providing lasting happiness that money and status cannot. So this is the paragraph here, and it says, choosing a career that focuses on helping others offers a kind of fulfillment that no amount of money or status can replace. When people work in roles that genuinely serve their communities, whether that's teaching, healthcare, social work, or environmental protection, they experience a sense of purpose that lasts far beyond the excitement of a high salary. Research consistently shows that carers rooted in compassion and contribution lead to higher long-term well-being because they satisfy deep human needs, connection, usefulness, and meaning. While prestige may fade and material reward can quickly become normal, the satisfaction of making a real difference in someone's life creates a lasting sense of pride. This is why choosing a career based on contribution isn't just admirable, it is often the path to genuine, sustainable happiness. Here you can see no amount of money or status is an example of contrast. The orange quote here are concrete examples of what I'm talking about in the paragraph. And the pink quote here shows we are using research and general evidence to back up our point. The yellow quote shows we are using a concluding line with a strong judgment and we're clearly linking back to the question here. Next paragraph is where we argue for the necessity of money and provision. And the point we're going to make in this paragraph is that financial security is practical and essential, and ignoring money leads to stress, burnout, and it limits your ability to help long term. If we look at this paragraph, it says, while purpose is vital, it would be naive to pretend that money does not matter. Financial security is practical, necessary, and forms a foundation for a stable life. When people choose careers without considering income, they often face stress, long hours, and the constant worry of making ends meet. This pressure can lead to burnout and ironically reduce their ability to help others in the long term. A career should support your well-being, not undermine it. After all, it is difficult to make a positive impact on society if you are struggling to support yourself. Therefore, money may not be the main reason to choose a career, but it is an essential part of any realistic and sustainable decision. Here in the yellow quote, we have a clear, assertive sentence. In the blue, face stress, long hours, and burnout, we have examples of emotive language, which can trigger emotional responses in the reader. In pink, the ability to help others in the long term is an example of forward-looking reasoning. And the next paragraph is going to be a synthesis where we provide the balanced solution, and it's going to be our best argument here. The point we will make is that the ideal career successfully blends both, so we're going to use money and status as a tool to maximize positive impact. Examples of this are ethical leadership and well-funded research. If we look at our paragraph, it says, finding the right career is not a choice between meaning and money, but a thoughtful blend of both. In reality, financial security gives people the freedom and stability to make a meaningful impact without burning out, while purpose provides motivation that keeps them committed and fulfilled. The most successful careers use money and status, not as the ultimate goals, but as tools. A well-paid doctor can fund community health projects, an influential business leader can push for ethical practices, and a researcher with strong financial backing can help develop life-changing innovations. When ambition and compassion work together, a career becomes both sustainable and socially valuable. Here in the pink quote, we can see a clear topic sentence, and this frames our balanced argument clearly. In yellow, we can see balanced reasoning, which explains the logical relationship between both arguments. And in green, we can see strong, concrete examples to back up the point we're making in this paragraph. The conclusion is where we are going to summarize and end with a strong final thought. And we will reiterate that it is not an either-or choice here. We're going to urge peers to seek careers of worth and wealth together. So, we have choosing a future career should never be reduced to a simple battle between passion and pay. As students preparing to shape our futures, we must recognise that both purpose and practicality matter. Rather than treating them as opposing forces, we should aim for careers that allow us to make a meaningful contribution while still providing financial security. In the end, the most rewarding path is the one that offers both worth and wealth, a future built not just on what we earn, but on the difference we make. If we analyse this paragraph, we can see in green here we have a strong opening sentence that reframes the entire debate immediately. In orange, the word we is a pronoun with direct address and it builds rapport with the audience, meaning you feel like a community. And then in blue, we can see a balanced reasoning and modal verb example where we use persuasive language without sounding forceful.